Hey everyone, it's Rye bringing you the second ranking list I've made. Um, this one is going to be about the world wonders. You'll see right here, this is the end result. A lot of this is controversial, but following this introduction, I'm going to cut to the raw footage of me, Ashwin, Hawks, Megawalk, Kuba, all talking and discussing each of these wonders and how they interplay with each other. Um, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. But generally speaking, I think we do a good job of talking about timings and what makes them good versus other alternatives, and maybe what makes certain ones bad that might be perceived as good. So enjoy the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any other hot takes. But yeah, um, I I think it makes the most sense if we start at the top, like the first, like Alhambra.
Okay.
Unless you maybe want to start like picking out the worst ones and then we work from there up, or what do you guys? How do you want to do this?
I'm fine with going in order.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it in order.
All right, Alhambra.
Strong.
Nice to have.
Nice middle.
It's a lot of culture.
I mean, it's a lot of culture for tradition,
That's
and the
true.
promo is genuinely useful. Like that's how you get to like
Mhm.
March and stuff.
I
The
think
promo
March
is very,
pretty
very good.
What'd you say?
I me?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah, yeah.
the promo is very, very good, and like I really like to have it. I wouldn't engineer it ever, but
Mm-hmm.
I would build it, and I would try to build it a lot.
Yeah, definitely
When I'm
not worth an
able.
engineer. But I feel like if I'm tradition, I'm pretty much always queuing this wonder, like every
Yep.
single time.
I do feel like it's one of the worst wonders in its era, though. Like in the late medieval, early Renaissance.
I mean,
That's
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 that's a
fair.
tough competition to go against.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I mean
very
that's true.
that's fair.
Like, just Weebies probably obtained to me on this wonder, but I would put it in nice to have. Like, I will only build it if I have the spare hammers.
Yeah, I mean it's never worth an engineer. It usually goes on like what, like late 70s ish.
Late
Yeah,
70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
yeah, but I still think it's strong. It gives you you can get like your anti-cap and your cover promo with the armory, which is good. You get it is culture when you're tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I
not fair to Alhambra to put it below strong. I
I
don't think.
agree. I
Like,
agree. I think this is like a very good, like quote
yeah,
unquote strong wonder.
it's not Alhambra's fault that it's surrounded by game making wonders.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All thing.
Nice to have.
You're high.
What? This
It
can
depends
be
on.
this can be like the best wonder in the game.
yeah. I would. This has to go at least extremely strong, maybe game making. It's very situational, so probably just extremely strong.
Yeah.
It's better than Petra because there's less competition.
Yep.
And
And
the
usually
hills
it's
are
coastal,
also
which makes
better.
it even better than Petra, because you're actually working all the hills.
Yeah.
Mega,
I
you
mean,
really
Petra has an engineer point, so
It depends
maybe
on the
not.
qual. I mean, it's hard because these things all depend on the quality the of the city.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're talking
Yeah,
like completely average city, like an average city that wants to build all thing, rather.
So how many tiles? Like 5 or 6?
Yeah, I think like 5 or 6 is fair, maybe even a little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Probably 5 or 6. I'd say strong. If it's more than that, I'd say it's extremely strong.
It's also a scientist point, which often you're building this wonder on the coast, and having a scientist point is really crucial for defending something like frigates, right?
That's kind of fair.
Also, it helps because the city that's building it often doesn't have a garden, so that makes up for the fact it doesn't have a garden because it's got the extra science generation. But uh, yeah, I don't know. I vote extremely strong.
Yeah, I also vote extremely strong.
yeah, I'll join you on that.
Okay, cool. And that usually goes like what, around the same time as workshops ish, a little
Early
later.
60s.
I think
Early
it's,
The
60s.
fast
it's like,
ones go early 60s, but it can go late because it's not very contested.
I mean, it can go really late, right? Yeah. But I think I on a vertical map or something, this can be the most contested wonder, right? Like
Yeah,
just
if you-
straight up.
If someone wants it bad, like if it's in the extremely strong case, it should go in the early 60s.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Angkor.
Nice to have.
I was thinking situationally strong.
It's weird for me to put this wonder below Alhambra because I see it go a lot more than Alhambra.
Really?
And I see it rushed. I think I see it rushed a lot more by people.
Yeah,
But
tradition boys love it.
Yeah,
I was also
people
gonna put
love
it in
but
Alhambra tier.
I don't think this is better than Alhambra.
Nice to have in situationally strong piece walked around.
Yeah. Okay, we can do that. I don't know.
I don't really think about these categories as ordered. But I'm fine with it in strong. It's scientist point.
If you guys think
lost
it's
culture.
strong, like we could, but the amount of times where if it's like an all piety, all liberty lobby, and there's no tradition players, this is there on turn 130.
Yeah, there's been so many games where I'll just put it in queue like after my factory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's a tradition wonder, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's not like even if
There's-
I'm liberty or something, I'm still gonna try to contest Alhambra. I'm not gonna do.
And the issue with this wonder is there's a big trade-off. If you lose it, it is one of the most painful wonders to lose.
Yes,
That
agreed.
indicates situationally strong to me. We agree it's a trad wonder. We agree that only like a few types of players want to build it, and it's good there, but it's not good in other situations.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and then that goes at the same time as series. Okay, Big Ben.
Situationally strong. That's just
That's
Oh,
I
that's
think
the
I think this is the
situational.
cookie cutter situationally strong,
Yeah.
and it's not even like that good. Like I don't know. Does this need a buff?
mean-
Maybe not.
No, it doesn't.
no, it
No.
doesn't.
I don't want it to have a buff.
It got nerfed not too long. It got nerfed like 5 or 6 patches ago.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
it's only
because
12%
nice
though.
to have.
I mean, it
It's a
used to
stack.
be 15, but it just stacks.
It's a
Yeah.
lot more than 12%, because the bonuses are additive, so it ends up being a lot more like a 25-30% reduction.
Well, only the one bonus is additive, the commerce one.
Was it not? I've heard conflicting
the-
things on whether auto purchasing stacks additively or multiplicatively.
It stacks multiplicatively.
Okay, so all right, so this is legitimately like only 15% then.
Yeah.
15-16%. Okay.
Only.
I mean, that's
Okay, so situationally strong. I mean, you're only build like most games.
You're
I'd
only
say
ever
no
building
one
with
builds
commerce.
this. Most games, no one builds this.
There's been many games where I just hard built this at some point. So yeah, no, it's just situationally strong. It's like it's really nice when you have it, but like it depends on if you're doing gold stuff. And
Yeah,
most games there's not someone doing gold stuff.
yeah. Okay, Boro.
that's one of the best wonders in the game, in my opinion. It's so much tempo. It fixes your religion game. It is also a garden and an engineer point, so it makes you spawn an engineer for a Renaissance wonder. It's so good.
Kuba's dead on the money. This is extremely strong.
Does anyone disagree?
I mean, I don't disagree. I think the question is this a game making or an extremely strong wonder?
I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure.
extremely strong.
I think it's extremely strong because it's not an every game thing. I feel like game making is an every game thing.
I rushed this wonder more than I rushed Shannon Liberty.
I don't know about that one, but
Okay,
Yeah, I don't
That's
know,
probably wrong.
Coop.
It's probably wrong, but I do rush this wonder a lot on live.
you did say you're going to have some controversial opinions, so
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I think all of us kind of agree with this, except maybe Kuba. All right,
That's fine. Yeah.
Brandenburg.
Strong. Pretty general.
Situational.
I don't think it's situational. I think it's strong.
I mean, it gives you,
I think it could
guarantees
even be-
that third promo.
Yeah, I could even make a case for it being extremely strong, but I think I'd put it in strong.
I mean, the 2 scientist points are not nothing either.
I keep forgetting that's a thing.
Yeah, it has 2 scientist points.
It's just how often will you deviate for this? Like, if you want to go labs, you're not going to deviate to military science for
What is
this, right?
this labs nonsense?
Coastal players coastal and non-auto players will often deviate for this wonder.
Yeah, coastal. I guess
Coastal for
so
sure.
It's situational, but I guess the situation is over. I guess over half of people really like this wonder, right? Like over half the time you'll really want this wonder. So I guess I'm fine with it being strong.
Do we
It's
want?
better
Do we want to
Better than
order?
Brady.
Do we want to like order these? Like, Aura is
No,
definitely better than
it'll
Alpha.
cause us to get in more fights. It's not worth it.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we can like remark about one of them that we think is if there's an outlier in a tier, kind of.
Okay, so
we can
Megan,
remark
you'd
on
put
that.
this over Alhambra though, right?
100%.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
Okay. I mean, I agree with that.
The fact that
I
we
would not.
get into fights in every game, right? I can't imagine a game where you're not getting in some fight, and Brandenburg is always useful there.
I mean, the
general,
the
it's amazing.
general advantage is huge. Maybe it's not that big when everyone's honor now.
I think in a general game, it's or in general, it's like a very strong wonder. So
No,
we
I'm
all
just
know where
gonna.
this one goes.
This is going.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
This wonder sucks. Oh,
And
my
we all know where this one goes as well.
Yeah, another easy one.
Isn't there? I don't like it as much. Like,
Yeah, clearly you said you'd fucking build it Barbador over this.
Look, I'm a Chechen enjoyer. I still think it's not. It doesn't need a nerf. Maybe I say that because I'm a Chechen enjoyer.
Maybe you've
but
been playing the Weavy version. I don't know if you are aware of this, but in Free for All, this actually gives an engineer point and happiness.
It gives an engineer point in Weavy as well.
There's a reason why this thing got nerfed in Weavy.
No, it doesn't give an artist point. It just gives an engineer point. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What? No.
The NG, I mean, everything is huge. Like the NG point, the 4 happiness, and obviously the Golden Age.
Also, when it comes, it's perfect. It's just at the perfect time.
One of the most contested wonders in the game. Like, definitely just put it.
It should finish every game. Like, someone should have it by turn 61 or 62. Every game.
I'd say by 65, but yeah.
I mean, okay, so is it genuinely needs nerf or game making?
I think
I
it's
don't want
just
it nerfed.
game-making.
I don't want to.
Like, I don't
I'll
think
bear
this
that.
is. I don't think this is as good as Oracle. Like,
That's also true.
I mean, we can put Oracle above it. But I think Oracle and Chichen are on the same tier. Like, actually. I know Hawks just had a mind blast, but...
I think I really only want Oracle in that top tier. I don't think Chechen is as strong as Oracle.
I want Great Library there.
Get out.
Just remove Great Library, make it A4.
Okay, we can move into game making. I'm fine. Like Oracle I think Oracle is on a tier of its own, but like I think a very close second is Chichen.
You guys are making a lot of good points. It is really one of the most contested wonders. I don't know, it's so good.
I don't know. I think we really need a tier between, like, the Boro, Althing Wonders, and Chichen Oracle. I think we can just put Oracle before Chichen, but
Yeah, I agree. I agree. This wonder is insane, guys. Like, on average, you save up 3 artists before you natural Golden Age, right? Like, on average, you're saving 3 artists, and then you natural GA. That's 13 turns of GA that you just get for free because of this wonder. Minimum. That's insane.
I don't think that's the minimum. You're saying average case.
Well, no, minimum is in, like, you can probably get another artist, too.
With 3 artists, it's at least 9 turns, right?
Yeah, it's at least 9 turns. And then I said 13 because if you natural, it's 4
I
more.
mean, Taj is 8, right? Like,
Taj is 8. Yeah, Taj is 8. But
Taj
Taj doesn't allow chaining as well.
Like Taj, I don't know. Like when I get Taj, I usually pop all of my artists after Taj. And
Yeah,
then
but
I
Taj
chain
comes
until
too early
130.
most of the time, right?
I mean, I'm fine just making money and making
Yeah,
units. And
that's fair.
I think Taj is the wonder that comes at the perfect time, and I don't like Chichen is better than Taj, but it's not that much better.
That's a take.
Chechen is definitely like better situated. Are we gonna account for like where the tech is
Yeah,
on the
yeah, no, I think we have to. We have to.
So does anyone disagree that this is the second best wonder in the game?
No.
I think it's third.
I think Himeji goes
What?
earlier.
No.
What's your second then, Gooba?
It's a great library.
I thought you were kidding.
No,
What?
Great
All
library.
right,
is
let's
only,
just
like,
put
70.
Oracle in just so
Okay,
that
yeah,
it's
I'll agree with
yeah.
that.
Oracle should go mid 40s. It often goes later than that, but it should go mid 40s. It should be the most contested wonder by anyone playing Tradition or Piety. Yeah. And
Yeah, I mean,
this goes without saying, this isn't for you guys, but the utility of Oracle is that it doesn't increase future social policies. It's just free. Like, yeah, okay.
when I'm in philosophy and I don't see the skeleton, I click that wonder.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think you could justify if Oracle's on a different tech, you could justify it having a tier of its own. But because Oracle's on such a bad tech, that's why it's the best one in the game, but not in a tier of its own.
No, that's why it needs a nerf. It's because Oracle incentivizes bad gameplay decisions. When you're fighting, right? No, like if you're trying to race to Chechen, right? You're like, oh no, I lost Chechen. At least I have like an extra food on my farms now, right? You're not error.
Yeah.
But if you try to race to Oracle and you get beat to it,
Well,
you're
it's not even that. A lot of the times, like if you're racing Oracle, that means you probably really need it, and if you don't get it, you're fucked. Like, imagine you do like GL
Also-
Oracle, and you just don't get it. Okay, like your game's over.
I did that to Hawks once. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, we same turned on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game.
But I think I would much rather see, like, the level to which it needs to be nerfed. Oracle is so much higher than Chechen.
I think that's true. All right, fine. You know what? Fine.
Just Oracle.
Yeah.
It's like okay. Okay, CN Tower.
I'm a CN
Nice to have.
enjoyer.
It's
I'd spend
so
an engineer.
late, man. It's so late.
Yeah, it's so late. In
But
the
it's
game,
definitely worth an engineer. But it's just so late.
It is such a good wonder. Like I would use my scientist. I would eat the tech whatever the tech penalty for teching in there first to get Sion.
I mean,
It is a good wonder.
I often bulb when I'm order. I often bulb Space Blight just for like I'll bop a writer for Space Light just for this wonder. But I don't think it's extremely strong. I think it's strong.
I'd
Yeah.
go strong.
Is it better than Alhambra?
No, I mean, how much does this really impact your game? Like, of course you use an engineer on it because you have infinite engineers in the late game, but I feel like the difference between getting it and not getting it is so small. Like,
I agree
if you
with
get
that.
if you get 700 gold, I think that's sometimes better.
We're talking something like 3-4 hammers per city here.
No, one pop is not 3 or 4 hammers. One pop's 2 hammers.
What are you,
I mean,
you're saying you're already just. I guess if you're working every.
Yeah, you're already working. Yeah.
Mm,
it depends really. If you're like order or honor on a bunch of cities, it's ridiculous. Like I think it's a strong wonder.
I mean, yeah, it in the best case ever, it can be 100 hammers, which is obviously insane.
No, it can't be anywhere close to 100 hammers. I don't think that's true.
With modifiers, yeah.
It really is at most 2 base hammers per city.
Let's say you're honor and you've killed a player. So you're on like what 14 cities.
Sure.
mm,
All right, 28 base hammers. It's like it's a wonder
128.
worth engineering for sure, 100%.
I don't know where you're getting 28 from. Like, assuming you are not working every single hill in your empire. Like, if you're still working
Yeah.
your schools, or like,
Okay, then, but when you get a new pop, you have to work 2 food, otherwise you're losing
No,
food.
I'm just starving by atomic every time.
Yeah,
I'm
so
starving at this point in the game.
right, same, but you're going to increase the amount you're starving by 2. Like the tiles are 4 yields, and each citizen takes 2 food. So you're only getting 2 hammers out of every pop. Out of every additional
I
pop.
think it's better
Unless
than
you-
Angkor. Like, I think this is better than Angkor.
Yeah.
But I agree with Hawks. I don't think it's as good as you guys are making it. I think I would rather have Alhambra than CN most games. Like, when it comes, you know,
It's at an awkward timing.
it's at such an awkward timing. It's great if you're doing like rocket arty infantry bomber play, but no one fucking does that.
I mean,
It's
top
not even
players
for
do
that. If you're doing something like a rocket dirty push, you're on some tall build. So you have
Yeah,
to-
exactly. So
I think it's good
this
when you're on a very distributed order empire.
you're right,
Democracy.
like for sure. But those are the builds that are least likely to be there first.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
this-
Are we arguing about strong versus situationally strong?
I don't think you know, if this is situationally strong, I think it's at the very top of that tier. But I think this is worse than Alhambra.
I'd agree. It's, I'd take that.
I think we put it. Kubo, what do you think?
I
think
just
this is strong, but this is the very bottom of strong.
I agree.
yeah. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Okay, Colossus.
Strong. Boro tier.
Extremely strong. you think?
extremely strong.
Yeah, it's better. It's definitely better than
So
all
good.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this should. When does this normally go? Like, I actually, this normally goes
40s.
late 40s, right?
Mid
Yeah.
40s.
Mid 40s.
Mentally.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
people don't go aqueducts for Colossus, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I put Christo here. I hope that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
No disagreement.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
Christo actually worst wonder.
I actually think, yeah, I think it's the worst wonder in the game.
No, it's better than Great
No,
Firewall.
Okay.
It's
No,
better than
Christo
is
Firewall,
great.
better than Broadway.
Christo says, "Please come kill me."
You're more likely to get same turned on Christo and get the 700 gold, so it's better.
Oh
I
my
like that
god. Okay.
Krista is one of these wonders that I would, if I see it being engineered, I would engineer it and then undo it.
Yep, I completely agree with that. Because usually, like, I think an engineer is worth less than 700 gold at that stage of the game, on average.
You guys are crazy.
Sometimes it's not at all, but on average it is.
You guys are crazy. Okay. Eiffel. I feel like this is just nice to have.
It's happiness, right?
It's happy, but the rest of it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, the free broadcast hour is genuinely something.
The tourism also is something. If there's a tourism player in the game, it
I mean, yeah.
counteracts.
Like that and Broadway are like very good wonders for tourism. But if you're not doing tourism, Eiffel has some value at least.
It
without
also
having
counters
it's
tourism
not that
because
bad.
it could get you to counter pressure. and
Yeah, but I mean, this
that
is
later.
nice to have then, right?
Yeah.
I
Nice.
agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Forbidden.
Game making.
I'm tempted to say game making.
Really?
Yeah, game making. Yep.
It's the best
What?
atmosphere in the
Okay.
game.
I was gonna put it in extremely strong.
Super
This-
Like, you
relevant-
think this is better than Boro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's super relevant for
Oh.
Diplo.
That's Psy Coop.
It's on that. It's on average like 12 to 15 apps for like
I
the
mean,
people that build it.
yeah, Forbidden is like strictly better than Natra.
Yeah,
Better than
but
Natra
but it's
and
behind a
Broadway.
policy.
That's its only cost. It's still.
People
Nope.
literally open.
No, it's not. That's not the only cost. The other cost is it's at that key timing that we were just talking about with Alhambra, where you are very strapped for engineers.
you're thinking about this wrong. You don't build.
Oh, you built
permit-
you. Well, then maybe it should go here. Like actually, like you just said that this is not a wonder you'd engineer, and you'd never hard build it,
I
but
engineer
no one
No,
contests it.
I engineer it in like atomic or.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you don't
Yeah,
use
I-
your
I mean-
your Renaissance engineer for it.
There are
If
people
there-
there are people that literally open Petro and engineer this wonder.
If there is a Petra player, if there's another Petra player in the game, I'm engineering.
That's
this.
different though. But most of the time there isn't.
No, I mean
it-
I will open on as honor. I will open Petro just for this wonder.
You engineer this one. The only reason you don't engineer this wonder is it's usually not contested. Like if it was contested, you engineer this wonder.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
this
I mean,
wasn't
and
on
that's
the
fair.
Policy tree, it's like literally one of the best wonders in the Renaissance. I think it's 6 game making.
Okay.
I don't know about game making.
It's also
I mean,
Diplo votes, and if you're trying to win Diplo, it's extremely relevant there.
All right.
And
Let's
we
just
have borrowed
vote. Let's
game
just
one.
vote. Let's just vote. Mega game making Kubo. Where do you want it?
I mean, I wanted it in game making, but I wanted there with borrow. Like,
Well, we ranked Boro, and it's not game making.
oh god.
Okay, so game and everyone. I think everyone else wanted game making, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna be sad for the rest of this.
This is just strong, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where do you put it?
The Red Wonder consolation prize, right? You're like, oh, I was leaning.
Yeah, after Alhambra.
After Alhambra? Okay.
Agree.
I love hard building that wonder.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Great
one of my favorite
library.
wonders around build.
Great library.
Game making, 100%.
Nurse.
Needs nerf.
I mean,
And
you want to
it's-
put it
it's
there?
No. I mean, the reason you have to do something with Great Library for it to be really strong, it's you have to either be doing some timing with it or using it to enable you to get some other wonder.
I mean, it enables so many stupid things, though. Like,
I don't want it nerfed to be quite because it's so good. I want it nerfed because this is the sort of thing people like slam their games into and then
Blow the game up?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want it to be super high because it's not good on its own. It's like if you just build it because it's there, it's a good wonder, but it's not crazy. It's only an incredibly strong wonder if you have a specific plan for it. And there's something
I
you're building
think-
it for.
I think if it's just there and you build it, it's so crazy. Like getting to your aqueducts, getting to civils 5 turns faster, getting to your universities workshops.
I mean,
5 turns
in the
faster.
best cases,
It's
getting
not
the
five.
getting
Here.
Theo 8 turns faster. In some cases, getting Oracle like instantly. I mean, it can be a really really big deal.
Yeah, I could see it in here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It enables so many stupid plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Lighthouse.
Situational. Very
Situationally
important
strong.
if you're trying to frigate or not get frigated.
I think that's very generous. Like compare it to the wonders in that tier.
Yeah, I would say it's generous. I'd say it's nice to have.
It's nice to have, like at best.
Yeah, this wonder is very good.
I don't
This
know,
is-
man. This wonder like scales so fucking well.
Yeah, like you can't fight blind, and fighting without GLH and without Expo is fighting blind.
But when are you ever playing Coast and not playing Explo? That's the real question.
When I'm playing Commerce,
Okay, sure.
And when you're commerce, if you're there's situations a lot where you're on the coast and you see somebody else has GLH, you're like, oh, I guess I can't be commerce now because I would just die to battleships or frigates or whatever.
you can't fight without this wonder and Explo. Like this wonder forces you to go Explo if your coastal buddy has it.
I don't know. I just always go Explo, so I would definitely put it in nice to have. I think Explo is just better commerce when you're on the coast. You make more gold on Explo.
Nah, not really.
Not even close.
Yes, you do. When you're like actually building banks and getting treasure fleets, you make more gold in Explo.
You can easily.
No,
I've
you're
gone
crazy.
2,000 GPT as commerce multiple times.
As Portugal, like
As
come
Portugal.
on, man.
No,
like,
I did that.
it's cheating.
I did that as Byzantium. Recently, 2100.
Yeah, but commerce is like worse on the coast because you don't have as many land tiles to trading post.
But the
That's not-
trade routes, but
The
Yeah,
trade routes.
The trade routes. The trade
And
routes help your
Colossus
coastal
Jack-
neighbor make gold.
oh my god, here we go.
Here, okay.
Jack-
All right,
Sure.
we're done
Yeah.
with this. We'll leave it as
Alright.
situation. Okay, Petra. This is probably game making, right?
That's the problem. It's game making when it's really good, but I'd build a 0-tile Petra as well for the caravan.
Yeah. And the NG
I think it's
NG.
extremely strong.
No, this is better than Borbador. I'm sorry.
A good Petra.
I'm sorry, Goop.
Ah,
I kind of agree. It's also earlier.
Like, it's on the way to
Yeah.
Chichen. Like, come on.
It's a caravan.
You
Like,
literally change your tech path for this thing.
yeah, you do. I mean,
You do for Boro, but
Yeah, but yeah, I would do it as often as I would for Petra, though.
what are the wonders that make you deviate from aqueducts? You know, Petra, Chichen, Oracle.
Boru.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you a Bora before aqueducts?
Sometimes when I like really need it, yeah.
I don't know how much.
great
I like that.
library.
Okay, well, there's no tech cost for that, really.
Colossus does, but yeah.
I think it's worse than the Happy Wonder in that
Yeah.
regard, but
Yeah.
at least on average.
I agree.
Okay.
Petra is a component of like a stack, though, right? A lot of times you get a good Petra, and then propels you to get a lot of other wonders, like Grabo.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely like a incredible for tradition type wonder. For everything else, it's just extremely strong. Right? Like I think the best Petras genuinely need nerf, but the average Petra is probably just extremely strong.
I think in the middle makes sense. Like it can be gaming. It's often game making actually.
All right, Mosque.
Kind of strong.
I feel like
I
this
think
is
it's
more of like
close.
what?
I was gonna say it's close between strong and extremely strong.
Really? You put that much value in this?
Yeah, I
I
mean
would-
it's the happiness, the engineer point,
It's a lot of
and
tempo.
the faith and culture is nice too.
The culture
this
the
is
culture is
so-
genuinely very nice.
Like, it's nice, but I wouldn't rush it. It's just a building.
I build it after my temple if someone's building Oracle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sure, that's fair.
But that's because you have nothing else to build because your tech path was fucked.
It's not true. Like,
You have caravans and
choose-
stuff. I genuinely built this quite highly.
if you could choose this wonder or like Great Library on the average Piety game, which one would you choose? I guess you're gonna say Great Library. but
Library,
if
so I
you're
can get
wide
to
Piety,
Apo.
okay, that's what I was saying. Wide Piety. Obviously, if you're doing Apo, it's different. But if you're doing wide Piety, then I'm not sure which one's better.
No, I still think it's Great Library because Great Library is just insane.
No, this actually.
This
feels
okay.
like
The
my
only
practice
the
game
main
where-
utility this has is your sim is so behind a tradition player, you're likely not getting any of the NGs. So this gives you an NG point. Like that's mostly what it is. It also helps you finish Piety because you usually have that lull in culture. Like
also
from 4 to
tempo
5.
for spreading the religion, and it's
Most of the time this comes down, you've already spread.
I disagree because it's usually right after you fail that you're getting into Philo, or like that you are building your temples.
Maybe you found substantially faster than me, but I don't know.
It depends on when. It like depends on whether you have spirit animals or craftsmen. Right. It depends on what pantheon.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know.
I think this helps a piety game, a wide piety game, so fucking much.
It does.
But
It does. It does. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I feel like this is just like situationally strong. Though. Like
Look, if we end up ranking this higher than pyramids, I'm gonna.
it's not.
Be very-
It's not. No.
I mean,
No.
Pyramids
It's not getting
No.
higher
probably
than
good
pyramid.
ranking. Like,
Yeah.
So it's going between situationally strong and strong. That's the argument.
I would definitely advocate for strong then if it's between those two.
I put in straw.
Where'd you put it?
yeah, I think it's so strong.
No, I'm saying I'm a toss up between strong.
No,
and
like
extremely
where?
Strong.
Where?
Between Alhambra and Globe.
Okay, I could buy that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Great Wall.
Nice.
40 turns.
Situation.
No, this
Like,
is nice to have. I feel like this is nice
This
to
is
have.
nice to have.
This is
Yeah.
a good NG.
Yeah.
It's just an NG point.
Yeah, but it's a really expensive NG point.
You're thinking
Okay,
about it from a working
that's what this
perspective.
is.
That has
No,
that
Great
is a
Mosques does
lot
so
for
much
you.
more for you. I want to say something
I'm
here.
just kidding.
Great
But
Wall, the Great Wall vision bonus does almost nothing because
there's a
it's-
vision bonus?
Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Wait, I'm serious. What?
Yeah, it gives you an extra vision from your city tile. The problem
The
is
fuck?
you see from your borders. So as soon as you have what's called a two-room, Great Wall vision is for you.
I did not know that was a thing.
I didn't know
Thank you
that.
for enlightening.
What?
Yeah, try engineering Great Wall in a one-tile city sometime.
You'll see twice as far. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the watchtowers, like the extra wall, is very, very important. when
Hawks, would
have
you
a
put this
coastal
over
city.
Eiffel or under Eiffel?
I mean, I guess sometimes if you're getting crossbowed, it's decent. So I guess there is some.
I mean, this thing
There's some
is extremely strong into Impy.
That's true.
Mm,
I
not
guess
really.
there's some situations.
What do
in
you
which
mean
it's
not
useful.
really? Yes, it is. This is
What
how
do
you
you mean? Impies just slam it.
No, you can't slam a walled city with Great Wall with Impies. You're gonna get
Okay,
the-
well,
smacked.
you,
the cities
you
are about
slam
30
every unit that exists, and then you put 5 catapults in at the same time.
Yeah, and then the Great Wall with a wall one shots a catapult.
Yeah, you have 4 more.
This thing-
They all die. They all die. Like
If you have enough stuff, it doesn't matter how high the city strength is.
no, but I know, but I'm saying that's the best way to defend an Impy attack.
So Kuba.
Is you let them take all your tiles. You shoot the catapults.
Okay, I'm with you on step one. I do this all the time.
So Kuba, I don't know if you played back in the day, but do you remember Bacon?
I
You
do
said-
remember.
He used to engineer this wonder all the time because he never wanted to fight into it.
No,
That's kind
this
of
wonder
funny.
used to do a different thing in
No,
vanilla.
no, I'm not talking about vanilla. I'm talking about in Monster.
Oh yeah,
Monster?
Hawks had fun fighting into Great Wall in
Yeah, I mean,
vanilla.
fighting against this wonder is pain. It's very much pain. I do
Yes.
think it's
nice to
very
have.
good when it's good.
It's
but,
nice to have.
like,
Let's just leave it at that. Let's move on.
Ah yeah.
situationally strong. This is
What?
not very good.
This is at least strong. Like,
I think
This
this is
is-
game making in a lot of cases.
I mean, this is probably worse than Boro on average. Like, I
Okay,
think they're
that's
pretty
fair.
comparable without the engineer point, though. Like, if
That's
you
the
don't,
problem. That's why Burrows smokes it. The garden and the engineer point.
Yeah,
I'd say
it
it's the
just
bottom of
seems kind of
extreme, like-
silly.
I would
Boro
put it
is
like the
so
top
much
of
better
strong.
than this.
I would put it at the top of strong. Like, I think comparing it to Boro, it's clearly worse, but it's not that much worse.
Now it's a lot worse. It's less faith.
Oh,
it's less
here we
endurance.
go.
No, it was totally right. Like at its top, Haya is 260 faith. Burrow is 390, right? Like
No, you're right. You're right.
On a
There's
tradition
just-
game, though, like, a lot of that faith goes to waste.
That's why this could be game making. On tradition games, I can be game making.
Well,
Uh-huh.
on Liberty Games, Boro is game making. So
For sure. I mean, on on tradition games, Boro is also game making. But okay.
maybe Boro is just game making.
Okay.
But Haya provides a resource that you're generally gonna have more than enough of. I don't.
Yeah.
The thing
They
is, it's
serve
actually
the
kind of a
same-
tempo wonder.
They
right?
serve the same purpose. Like actually, if you think about it, Aya is what you said. It's 260, and in a tradition game, you only need 260 from Boro. So either way, it's the same amount of faith. So Boro is just kind of strictly better. Aya is, I guess, nice because you don't have to build it in your holy city.
I'm curious what you tradition boys are going to talk about for the next one.
I think this wonder is dog.
It's okay.
I think this is nice to have.
I wanted to hear Hawks's take.
I'd put it in strong. Like, I never go for it because it's way too contested. So
It's over
it's
contested.
not a good wonder to.
Yeah.
It's not a good wonder to go for because it's very overrated. But it's a good wonder. Like, the food is nice. You get an engineer point. You get an engineer that's faster because of the garden. I would put this like above Aya. I put this like
Yeah.
at the top of strong.
No way.
This is such a great wonder. The problem is,
Yeah, it's a good wonder.
competes with Oracle,
I
right?
I feel this is just. I think this is worse than Alhambra. I'd rather have Alhambra than than hanging.
This also gets you a very
I
fast
wouldn't.
engineer.
I mean,
Like,
that's true.
It does guarantee it guarantees you a second fast wonder.
That's true.
I think it's
The
strong.
garden is really nothing to joke about.
No, yeah. I mean,
It's
okay.
just it's
we could
strong.
put-
It's just not a wonder to go for because it's overrated.
Can we just put it right next to Great Mosque? I feel like
It's better than Mosque, I think.
It is probably better than Mosque.
I think it's worse than Aya. I cannot put this above Aya in my head.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think between Aya and Brandy's fine.
Okay. No, I don't. I disagree. I really disagree with this one, but whatever. Okay. Game making.
yeah.
Okay.
Needs nerf.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the tier above. It's close.
Like, is it better than
So-
GL? Like, I don't think it's better than GL.
Yeah.
You do?
I-
You think?
I
I mean,
don't- I
obviously,
think-
it scales incredibly
I-
fucking well.
I just hate the fucking the stacking of combat modifiers that Lek has become, right? You go around, you stack your auto bonuses, your honor bonuses, maybe you get like defender, maybe you get Himeji, right? You have some sort of native combat bonus off your civ half the time.
This one,
The-
I don't know how many times I've seen it 40 turns later in CS requesting it.
Well, I think that's more of a limitation of the wonder. Like, same with all thing. That happens all the time with all thing.
This one happens a lot more.
All right. Where do you
I
want
think
it,
it's
Hawks?
situational
Hawks, where do you
strong.
want it?
Okay, well, it has to. I mean, I would put it at least at like the top of strong, because if you're building with at least 3 lakes, it's a great wonder.
I mean, this is better than hanging. Like,
I mean,
full
it comes
stop.
later. Yeah, I mean, this is the most underrated wonder in the game, but because it's very rarely built and it's very good.
I mean, it's better than hanging. That's why hanging needs to go away,
Yeah.
in my
Well,
opinion.
no, hanging doesn't need to be. Doesn't need
yes.
To be.
It's pretty much the same as hanging, and it comes later, so I think it's worse than hanging.
But it's the
It's
yields are a
culture,
lot better
though.
than hanging.
It's
Yep,
culture.
it's a lot of culture.
This, but HG gets you a second wonder because of the engineer point.
This also is an
And
engineer
it-
point.
I know it does, but it comes later.
I mean, this is another like 5 culture per turn over hanging, and a lot of times you're building this with four lakes or more.
And you also can build it late as fuck because no one wants it.
Yeah.
Really arguing for its position there.
I mean, no, like, actually, like, that, you know, that's one of the nice things about Forbidden.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we were talking about good Hueys, and we were justifying putting Huey in strong because of good Hueys.
Well, on average, when you're building Huey, it's not a one-tile Huey.
Yeah, there are a lot of games where you just wouldn't want to build Huey, but when Huey's a wonder worth building, it can be very, very strong.
Yeah.
There's usually one Huey on the map, and I don't know. I don't know how to rate this thing. Like,
I
I
mean,
think this is situationally
yeah,
strong.
if there's only one Huey on the map, I think it's situationally strong.
I think it's very rare that 2 people bother settling for Huey.
Like,
I remember
would
being
you,
like,
Hawks, would you,
Both
here's a
of
good
them
question.
actually.
Would you intentionally settle on Lake rather than on
Yep.
Lux or on Horse?
Yep, I do that all the time.
The other thing is that lake cities tend to be much lower hammer. A lot of their tiles are eaten up by
The
You know,
lake,
lake.
yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah.
lake.
I mean-
Wonder and queue, and you're waiting like 8-9 turns for it to finish.
Yeah.
I click trad because I see good Huey. Like this is one of my favorite
Oh.
wonders in the game.
This is
I,
I've never
I
used
clicked
Trad in the last 2 months.
I clicked trad because I saw a good Huey sometimes, and I regretted it a lot.
Like, honestly, I think you can't. I don't see the justification for putting this over HG.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I think this has to go like
I-
over here.
I don't
If you're
think it belongs in this tier.
I don't
think
I
it's
don't think
something
so either.
below.
Okay, let's vote. Let's everyone Hawks, you made your case. Where did it go? Oh, here. Hawks, where do you want to put it?
Strong.
Okay. Ashwin,
Situationally strong.
Kuba,
Situationally strong.
Mega.
Stitch.
Sorry, Hawks. You can keep building it. No
Okay,
one's gonna contest
how
you,
is-
man.
How is CN above this? I don't understand that.
And better.
Because on average, CN is.
Yeah, but it comes so much later, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, we can go to the next wonder.
I mean,
And
you can
that-
build a turn 90 Huey in most games. Like, if anything, that's 40 turns later.
Sometimes you sit there and you say, "Hey, does anybody have a Huey? I need to get this CS quest."
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
This wonder often greased my games because I can't.
Remember when
Yeah,
you could
'cause
build
no
it?
one
When you
settles
could
on
build
lake
it, when you
sometimes.
could build it on any freshwater, it was much better because then you could just like throw it away and you'd get the engineer point in the face.
All right,
Yeah.
Kremlin.
Can we put like all policy wonders somewhere? I don't.
I
But, like-
don't know about Kremlin. This wonder is so shit that it gives up the policy.
No,
I mean,
like
it's
wonder
it's
says,
it's a turn 120 Oracle. Like, I don't know.
this wonder is mine hammers, or it's space flight, or it's like any one of these obnoxiously good order policies.
Yeah, no, I think they all just go in game making.
I
Well,
kind of think
I-
we just create a idea wonder tier.
Yeah,
Like probably between game making and genuinely needs nerf.
yeah.
Because I think these are definitely better than wonders like Forbidden or Petra.
I agree.
And the order is like what?
Yeah, the order is
That-
Prora, Kremlin.
I mean,
Statue?
Statue's better than Kremlin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
such
But no, it's not because it's on order.
That doesn't matter.
No.
That's not relevant for the actual strength of the wonder, right?
Yeah. It does say free policy, not like free IDO policy. So
Yeah, I think you also throw Sydney Opera House in there. Maybe.
No.
No.
Yeah,
Sy-
no, I
Syd-
mean-
Sydney's the definition of like nice to have.
I mean, Sydney's bad because of the tech path.
Exactly. Yeah, it's completely out of the way.
and
This is like Oracle's full form. You know, you're like, yeah, let's grief my game to tech Oracle. Okay, let's grief my game to tech Sydney.
especially players going Sydney are aesthetics players, and they have enough culture already. So
Yeah. Can't wait to open open freedom, like, or open honor. I don't know. Okay.
Open Expo for Louvre.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we all know where this one goes.
I don't know. Is it
Game
like top
making?
of game
Right,
making
game
or
making.
genuinely needs nerf?
Game making.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Himeji's probably on average better than Leaning.
like leading goes early a lot more than Himeji does.
Well, yeah, but it's because it's en route to industrial. You don't
Yeah,
have to
I mean-
you don't have to deviate for leaning.
I mean, I agree that like leaning is on like every tech path, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's on the best Renaissance tech in the game.
Yep.
And it's the most flexible because you could go arty after it. You can go fax. It's so fucking good.
but
Yeah.
like in finals, Achilles was saying like, I'd rather have.
Yeah,
Himeji.
I went Sistine instead of Himeji, and honestly, I think that was a mistake.
I think in my tournament games, I would have rather had Mechi over leading, even though I've been leading in, I think, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, when does this
Maybe-
usually go? Early 80s?
Yeah, early 80s.
When does Himeji normally go?
Mm,
Mid 80s.
hundreds.
It depends.
yeah, it's bimodal, right? It either shows up like late 80s when somebody's going arty, or it shows up much later, like
After schools. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Lou. Boop.
Nice to have.
it's a free artist. That's a good amount of gold hammers.
Situationally
When
strong.
do you engineer this as Explo?
I don't.
Much better than CN.
If I have an engineer,
Here we go. If I have an engineer.
You just hard build it
Yeah,
because
I
it's
do build
500
those
hammers.
sometimes.
Yeah, you just hard build it,
Interesting.
usually.
And it's uncontested. Like if it's
It
contested, you might go there before labs to engineer it.
I
Really?
mean, if it's contested, you might battleship the guy that is contesting it. Like,
Yeah, but it should be gone by then, no?
Yeah.
I mean, so where do you put? I feel like then that's just nice to have.
I
I
mean,
think it's strong.
if
What?
it's contested, then you're probably battleshipping the guy that's contesting it, and then you're going there before labs, right?
I think it goes.
You're gonna
situationally-
get to the
I think
early.
it goes situationally strong.
Really? I don't know. I think this is worse than GLH.
I think so as
It
well.
is worse than GLH.
I'd put it at the bottom of situationally strong.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Equal.
Is it there or is it
No.
extremely strong?
It's a tier, tier below that.
Below.
Really?
I think it's a tier below. I think it's the top of extremely strong.
Over Boro?
No.
Yes, over Bora.
I think so too. I'm fine with that. I mean, this goes like this can go early 70s or late 60s, or it goes like late 70s, early 80s. Like it's a complete mixed bag.
Yeah, it depends on if the Liberty player wants it really badly.
Yeah,
It also depends on how many people actually have a mountain city.
that's true. That's true. All right, this is a hard one. I feel like.
Strong.
I'm a big Mazo enjoyer.
Yeah, I think it's a strong wonder. I don't know exactly where in strong though.
This is better than fucking hanging.
No, it's not. How often are you building Mazo overhanging on tradition? Like,
Every single time. This is the
Well,
definition.
hanging
is
This is the
strong.
It's I don't build hanging because it's so contested. That doesn't mean it's not better. Like this is the definition
alright.
of a
If you can
really good expand wonder.
if you can choose one of those two to build, which one are you building?
I mean hanging, but like there has to be something to say about like this is not very contested.
Contested things. I don't think that's relevant to the tier list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
The tier list is about strength of wonders. It's not about like how contested they are.
Do you guys remember when every game Hoy would drop his first expand and he just
Yes.
click Mazo?
Every single game. I remember I did Mega. I remember when we did that one time. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. That was actually pretty good. Then the game scrapped. So where? I mean, it's obviously above CN. I think it's better than Mosque.
I think it's better than Mosque.
Do you guys think it's
I
better than
think
Is it better? Is it better than Alhambra?
I think it's between Alhambra and Randy, I'd say.
Hawks, you're the Mazo hater here.
I'm not a Mazo hater. That sounds alright.
Okay. All right. Noshmasai?
Sarah will cry, but nice to have.
Yeah, nice stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
has
pro-
such-
It's so good, but castles are so fucking expensive.
it's so late too, and it requires a mountain city. Like it's so
Like you have to engineer this pretty much, right? Because more often than not, the mountain city is like not that good.
If you're a Civ for it, then it's great. But other than that, it's just whatever.
nice to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I love this wonder though.
hate-
I absolutely love this wonder.
I
But
love that. I love the design of the wonder, but it's not. I don't unless I'm a castle Civ. I don't try for it usually.
Mhm.
I,
Or
I
don't
hate
try
I hate this wonder that's coming up. By the way,
Why?
Really?
it's so overrated, and people go there before unis, and I think that's wrong 99% of the time.
I think if you're not happy, you have to do everything you can to get happy.
Well,
And
because people multi-steal stupid workers and then try to fix their problems with going for Notre instead of allowing city-states. It's so dumb.
There's so many plays that require this wonder.
I think if you're
It's
going to do
game-making.
arty before ideology, this is like either you need great happiness or you need this as well.
Just ally city-states.
What if your honor? Don't you like honor, Cooper?
No, not really. I mean, I play it like
All right, cool.
I
But where
would
do you put it?
sometimes
Where do you
play-
put it?
I think it's extremely strong, but I think it's
But
like
he
the
doesn't
bottom
have
of the pile.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't go like I'm not going unis. Like I'm not going physics before unis.
I
for
mean,
this
it
wonder.
is true, Kuba. You are right. This is usually gone by like turn 70, and I
Yeah.
agree. I don't think it makes sense.
In most
Yeah, like-
cases, probably not. But like in some situations, it is worth going there.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trebuchet. If you want a trebuchet CS.
Yeah, it's just I almost never have this wonder because it's always gone, and I see people like I
I mean,
see
the artist point is
people on
very good.
streams- Like I see people on streams go for this wonder every time before unis, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
It's
No.
Bardak theory.
it is Bardock theory. Bardock theory is Noder and Machu before unis.
Yeah,
And
it's
and
bad.
I mean, you could think it's bad. I don't think it's that bad. I
don't
think
think
there's
it's that bad.
I think there's definitely a place for it, and I think it helps with your sim. But The problem
But
is
what
it
if you did
almost.
army?
The problem is you
Like-
have to engineer it because someone else will, often.
If you go straight there, you can hard build it. So like Bardock theory is going straight Notre into Machu and then hard building both. And the only times it's good is if you're super wide and your cities aren't ready to build work universities.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? You can go there if you're not ready to
Yeah.
build universities.
Sure. All right.
Yeah,
So
but-
it's extremely strong. Is it better or worse than All Thing?
I think it's top of extremely strong.
You think it's better than Machu?
Yes.
I
I
don't
think
think
it's
so.
worse than Machu.
I think it's the
It's a
bottom of
lot
game
worse than
making.
Machu.
What? No, I don't think this is better than Machu.
It's definitely better than Machu.
No.
If you need it, it is. If
That's-
you need it, you need it. And like there are certain situations. Like I think it's.
I think this goes below Colossus.
There are some games where
You're right.
there's nothing that is going to fix your game except Notre.
And there's some games where nothing's going to fix your game except Machu.
I don't think so. I think you can usually.
All right, try playing Honor Piety. On
I used to play quite a lot of Honor Piety.
yeah, and you're always gonna have really bad gold. It's just like a
Yeah.
fact. Except Machu fixes that. Like I think Machu and Notre are like neck and neck.
I think in most games I'd prefer to have Notre than Machu, because you can sacrifice IDO policies because you have Notre. You can. There's a lot of things you can do because you have Notre.
That's fair.
Notre's more consistent. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
I'll concede
don't know.
Notre is better than Machu.
All right, I mean, I feel like I'm outnumbered here. Kuba's definitely outnumbered.
I won't. Like,
Just because you
I
never
don't.
get it, Kuba.
I don't think this one is very good.
I know. It's 10 happy. Whatever.
It's less than a happy CS ally.
All right, Panama.
Machu can buy you a CS ally.
Shush, Kuba.
I feel like this is like
What do
either
you mean?
this is 40 turns versus nice to have.
I agree.
Free merchant, free, and it's a lot of gold.
I,
Extras.
I like building this thing on coastals, to be honest. But
I'm not gonna say what I want to say. 'Cause
Why
I've
wouldn't
said
you
it
say
too many times.
that's the pure content?
Yeah, what?
This is
No.
better than CN.
A lot of
I
wonders
will-
worse than gold.
I do think it's better than CN.
Okay, then why is CN in strong? Do you also want to put this in strong?
I did. Everyone else loved CN except me and you. What? I conceded. I'm the.
I'm fine with moving CN down, to be honest.
Yeah, we should probably go see it down.
But like compare it to the other wonders, like it's
Yeah,
Compare-
that being there.
okay. It's
The
better.
more pop you have, the more you can grind guys out.
Like I'm fine. I'm fine with this. Like I think.
I think it's better than Big Ben, to be honest.
You think it's better than Big Ben? Like there?
Mm.
I think we're throwing all of Hawks' wonders here.
I mean, I mean, this is the tier I'd put this wonder in. Like, I don't think it's great. I just thought it was better.
But
than
I don't
CN.
know, like the amount of times this is still up. Like this
Yeah,
should
'cause-
go when you get the tech, but it never does.
It depends on the if you're playing wide coastal or if you're playing coastal properly, this should go.
The problem is, wide coastal players take order, and order wants the engineer to be used on Kremlin.
Yeah, exactly. And then they want the engineer to be used on Pentagon.
and then they want to engineer a spaceship. Or
And then all these fucking morons engineer Christo. It just doesn't make sense. So, but it's so oftenly left. Like, I agree. I think it's undervalued, but there has to be something there, right?
Yep. No, I like where it is currently.
Okay. Parthenon.
Nice to have.
Yeah, I think that's kind of just nice to have.
Turns.
Yep.
Meh.
Maybe like here.
I could see it in 40 turns. It's very.
No, it's never. It's always built.
It's an expand wonder. Right? This goes late 50s, late 60s, whenever, in an expand every single time.
Yeah. Whenever someone's bored and they don't have anything to build, they just toss
Yeah.
that in the queue.
All right. This is a hard one, I feel like.
It just kind of comes too late.
Yeah, but it's really good.
Yeah, it's true. Really fucking good.
Like
This is like the best bomber wonder in the game, but it doesn't come at bomber tech.
It comes too late, so I
It
think
makes
it's
you stealth
in.
bombers.
Imagine this was on Landship Tech.
Gold.
Oh
So
my
gold
god. If only
in
there
the
was a
late
mod that
stage of
had
the
that.
game- In the late stage of the game, gold is infinitely convertible to hammers at a rate of 2 to 1 because bombers upgrade into stealth bombers, anti-tank guns upgrade into helis, stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
And Pentagon makes your gold to hammer conversion more efficient for these massive late game grindy wars. And this is really important when you're honor and you're making gold off kills, right? And suddenly this like 30 gold you're getting off of each kill is starting to look more like 35 to 40 gold.
Yeah.
It's a pure late game wonder, but I
So
think
where do
it's
you put it?
that late game wonder.
I don't think gold is infinitely convertible, like unless you're a certain civ. But generally, I don't think gold is infinitely convertible.
I think it almost always is because you can if you could always do the cowcast and just build 5 million calves and then keep them around as
You can also build a land ship almost any time, I think.
a real tank. A real tank you can build.
A real
forever.
tank. Okay,
Yeah,
you can
build
build
things
a real
upgrade into
tank at
honor.
any time.
You've got the oil to aluminum pathway provides you a lot of opportunities. Finally, and you can't. The only time you're really not converting via that route is when you're buying CS or when you're buying GDR.
I would put this in like near the end of the strong wonder tier.
Oh, after all that argument, I was gonna put it situational.
There's no way. Okay, yeah, I'm glad we're all on the same page. Okay. I
very
think
good
it's
at
worse
one
than Globe. I
particular
think it's
thing.
worse than Globe.
I think it's worse than Globe as well. I like it there.
I actually like Globe a lot. I don't know.
do
I like all the strong wonders.
I don't like hanging. Okay, moving on. Pork.
Man, is this wonder good? Like,
It's good for one. It's really good on one build.
yeah.
And
But
every
two builds.
other build, it's shit.
It's good on two builds.
I think it's
Two builds.
definitely extremely strong.
I do not think this is better than all thing. It require
Yeah, that's
you
fair.
need an engineer. It's the most coveted engineer time, right? Like it's the
more of a suicide wonder than Christo.
No, I don't think that's true.
I mean, at least this wonder does something for you.
This wonder actually gives you benefits like this.
I mean,
Or-
this wonders game making if you're tall.
I
I mean, we can then if that's true, which I think it is. It's definitely extremely strong, at least. But I don't think it's better than all thing.
I think it is.
I think on consistently it is.
Would you bet it better than Colossus though? I like
No.
like all of these wonders are so good.
The
think
problem
I-
is you only build pork when it's like really good for you, right? And somebody's always snapping pork, but it's always some like tall player.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
if I'm tall, I'm snapping a 4-tile fork every time.
For sure.
same here.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's usually like with Hermitage, it's like I don't know, 20% of your culture.
No, I think it's better than all thing. I think it goes between Colossus and all thing.
I'd go maybe Colossus and Boro, but I think the general spot is correct.
I don't know. I think Colossus is just better. But I also think all things better, so just ignore me.
I mean, on a tall build, pork is better than all thing.
I mean, on a tall build, pork is.
It's literally
Yeah, I think on a tall build it's better than leaning.
yeah, I agree.
Probably better than Chichen.
I mean, when should this wonder go? Like 85 ish?
Like if there is a tall player, it's maybe even early 80s, late 70s. Like,
Not late 70s, not a normal game, but
Yeah, not in a normal game.
I mean, if you have a good tall game,
Unless you're
Ash-
watching twitch.tv/AshwinT, like
yeah,
it's, you're not gonna
gotta turn 78, right?
you're not gonna get it on a
Yeah,
normal game.
that was fast. That was
Yeah, and that was an insane game.
That was
So I don't
also
think
that's probably the fastest pork I've seen.
I think I've seen faster, but like that was one of the best games I've seen in a long time. So.
yeah, it was early to mid 80s then, I guess.
Okay.
I just don't
Because
really know what to put pork. I'm thinking about just putting it in situationally strong because it's really good on one particular build, and then other
Nah,
one.
it's extremely strong.
No,
It's
I think it is extremely strong. Like base
it
culture is
makes
so
sense, though.
valuable, and then you put in your
It's-
hermitage city, and it's good.
it's game making for one player every single game.
All right, mids. I think
Game
this has to be game making. This is fucking better than Noter. Like,
Oh
It
yeah.
is. Oh yeah. I'd say
yeah,
it's better than
absolutely.
Petra.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's better
game
than
making for sure.
Forbidden too.
Yeah, I like. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe better than Leaning.
I mean, it genuinely leaves a nerf. Maybe.
It's like a sim wonder, and it's a war wonder, and it gives you an engineer point. Like
I think it could actually be in genuinely needs nerf.
I think so too.
the only thing
Like
that kind
right
of
behind
mitigates it is
Himeji.
that late game we have engineers. Before
Maybe
we had
ahead of
engineers,
Himeji.
it definitely needed a nerf in some sense.
Like ahead of Himeji, probably.
I don't think it needs nerf now.
Hawks.
I would put this near the top of game making. Maybe after leaning, maybe before leaning, not sure.
Yeah, I don't think this needs a nerf.
Okay. All right. We are overruled, Mega.
Yep.
All right, Red Fort. I feel like this is just like nice to have, right?
Every now and then, some freedom boy will stack 5 million bonuses.
It's so obnoxious.
I think it's better than all the wonders and nice to have. I'd put it near
It's
the
a
end
time
of the tier
point
above.
and happiness. So
Like I would say this is worse than like something like Great Lighthouse. I mean, it's better than something like Great Lighthouse. Probably worse than Louvre. But I would put it at like the end of situationally strong.
I don't know. I
I
don't
don't-
want to live in a world when this is better than a Great Lighthouse.
Yeah, I don't
I-
think it's better than Lighthouse.
I honestly don't remember the last time I built this with this gets her built a lot of 10 games.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
it
I don't.
is
It's
for
too.
half
It's
the
really
culture,
expensive to build.
I know, but like freedom players just build it because they're donkeys.
Yeah.
freedom monkeys.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine leaving it here.
Sometimes build it. I'll engineer it if I need happiness, I guess.
It's
I
not
think
that much though.
It's significantly stronger than Great Wall. I think it's like close to Louvre tier.
Yeah, it's in between them.
Alright.
Okay.
Ooh, this wonder.
This is a hard one too. Is it
That's-
better than
that's
leaning?
So good.
Like, is it better than leaning? This is like the
I think it is.
Culture is super good right now.
culture is
Yeah,
king.
I think it's better than the ink.
I would say it almost it's nerf.
Yeah, that's probably better than pyramids too.
I would actually put this is one of those wonders where I see someone build it, I'm like, I want to go kill this person right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the same feeling with leaning, honestly, but Wait.
I don't feel that
both
way
of
about
these
leaning.
scale so well.
Leaning is on the main tech path to everything, so it's much less punishable. Sistine is a bit of a diversion.
Yeah, I have like that feeling with Sistine and Notro. Whenever I see someone build those two unders, I'm like, how do I get them?
Yeah. I mean that is the thing, right? You take Sistine, you kill the player who had Sistine, and you watch your culture increase by 150. It's just insane. Is everyone okay with this? Hawks, you haven't said anything.
Yep, that seems reasonable. I don't know if I'd put it above pyramids and leaning, but I'm not too opposed to it.
Yeah, I mean the pyramids thing is hard for me. I think pyramids probably a little bit better, but I think this is fine.
I can argue. Yeah, I can see the argument either way.
I just think pyramids is so flexible. It speeds your game up in every way possible.
Like I would put both pyramids and Sistine in needs nerf. So
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay.
40 turns later.
Worse
Yep.
forge.
Where's Forge? 2 culture Forge.
I build it when my cities are bored. It's like Parthenon, but worse.
It's worse Parthenon. Parthenon 6 culture. It's actually kind of crazy.
It's a CS
Okay.
quest wonder.
This is a hard one.
Extremely
Ninja's
strong.
it's really impactful for a lot of games.
Yeah, this has a very similar purpose to Boru and Haya, and it does a lot of extra things.
That's where I'm
So,
gonna put this right here, and let's talk about that.
It's better than Boro, certainly.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
probably.
Oh my god, you conceded that one, Kuba.
Yeah, I mean, it does a lot of the same things that Boro does, and it does it better, right?
You were
Yeah,
clearly trying to bait Kuba, and Kuba
I
did
know.
not rise to
I
it.
know, I know, I know. I'm like kind of disappointed, but it's fine.
I mean, it's
I was
it
talking
is
with
better than Boro. It
I was
just
talking with
does.
Turks, and I think we came to the conclusion that what determines a good tradition game from a really good tradition game is how easily you get Stonehenge.
I mean, like oftentimes in a really good tradition game, that this is your first wonder.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Or it's the one you build first and then expand.
I mean, ideally, you actually build Great Library and expand. That's
Yeah,
the dream because
but
you want to split science
but
points.
like most of the time, it's you can't because someone else is probably gonna contest it. So you just build in your cap.
Yeah, but Stonehenge should be a lot more contested than Great Library.
But it's not.
I like it there.
I mean, then why is this up here?
I don't know. I
I
don't know.
I agree
I
with
know,
you.
'cause I want it nerfed.
So
I
we're
mean,
just we're just a pawn to your agenda.
Correct.
Is okay.
I am really allowed you to shift CN tower down.
This is our spare bit.
Yeah, this is our spar bit. I don't know, like Great Libraries. Okay, we're not talking about Great Library again. I'm done. We're not doing this. Okay, I'll just change it in post like I did with Spar bets. Ox, did you see that by the way?
Oh, you changed it?
Yeah, I put it as a fucking 4.
disappointing.
Fuck you guys. Uh,
We were just talking about infinite conversions of hammer or gold to hammer.
oh, you were talking about that. You were talking about
There's much
that.
better ways to do that.
Okay, Sydney.
Nice to have. It's
Nice to have purely because tech path.
Yeah. Where do you put it though?
After Red Fort, I think.
No,
I
but
think
the,
after I
this
think after Red Fort. It's a free policy. It's a fucking.
it's on the worst tech path.
it's like it's more ear than fucking like anything.
I
I'd
sometimes-
rather go future tech than this.
I sometimes go there if I'm trying to win space with order.
Oh, I've won a game off Sydney because I engineered Sydney and I got Patra votes.
Yeah, I've won games off Sydney as well.
Okay. We could put it after it.
Maybe it's situationally strong then even. Like if like you
It's
can
actually-
win games of this wonder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's a good
I can see
argument.
that.
I don't think it's better than CN because CN is easier to.
No, it's not. It's
Sydney is like a tool in a toolkit, right? Sydney
I
addresses,
think it's
like,
better than Louvre though.
Nothing can go between Great Lighthouse and Louvre. That at least has to be better than Great Lighthouse. It's better than Louvre.
No, Lighthouse is so much better than Sydney.
I think it's fine.
Hawks is
Let's-
maulding right now. Okay.
Alex is like, why did I join this call?
Like actually, all of my wonders are being put in situationally strong. Okay.
I like how we're kind of filling out a bell curve almost. That's
The UU tier list kind of filled one out too. Okay, Taj, Koopa, this is like your wonder, right?
I do like this wonder a lot.
Is it worth an NG?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Always.
I think it goes in extremely strong.
Would
I
you
think it does.
save a leaning NG for Taj?
Probably
You mean
not.
it's
That's
another
probably
engineer.
not. But
I
Point.
think I think it goes after pork.
I think it is in game making.
Yeah, for some builds, I think it goes.
I mean, it's game making if you can hard build it in an expand. But if you have to engineer it, I don't think it's game making.
I think it is.
It's so nice for wide builds, but like I think I put it right beside pork in terms of like for a wide build it is.
I think
is
it's
game-
I think it's more
And I
consistent
think-
than pork for sure.
and I
Wide
think for
build
and I think for a
shouldn't
tall build pork is more like I don't know both. Well,
That's just
people.
one of these things where I'm like, I'm gonna buy a factory for this if I can get a second engineer out.
Yeah.
to
I think
get
people are more often going to tech straight for pork rather than tech straight for Taj.
I agree with that, but I don't think that's a reason to put pork above Taj because pork you tech straight for pork because tall doesn't need factories as much, On wide, you just need factories so badly because you need ideology so badly that you can't ever justify going
Architecture. Yeah.
anything before. Yeah, you can't justify architecture before industrial because of that. Like I will very frequently go architecture before chemistry for Taj.
Same.
And
Yeah.
then you'll get artied. Sag.
I will also say that Taj is better than Notre, and it's not even close.
Well,
It's just
the
an,
reason
and
Notra's
in,
so good is that it comes a lot earlier.
yeah, and you need to engineer Taj most of the time, and you can hard build Notre.
Notre bridges you to Zeus. Taj bridges you to like.
Turn
Notre lets you
turn
avoid-
135 ish.
Yeah, Notre lets you avoid building Zeus. Is essentially what it does.
Okay. So
I don't like this wonder.
I never know when to build this wonder. To be honest, I always find it awkward because like usually I want to start building units when I start building this wonder.
the culture is nice.
The culture is definitely nice, and it pays off very fast.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty clearly worse than all other the other opening policy wonders like hanging or mosque. I would probably put this up near the top of situationally strong.
I think this is better than Pentagon.
Mm.
And-
Maybe Pentagon's a little high.
I was saying that.
Yeah. Okay. Where do you put Pentagon? Honestly, I'd
Before-
rather
before
have
Panama.
I'd rather have Panama than Pentagon.
Pentagon's better than Panama,
Pentagon's better.
and Pentagon's definitely better than Big Ben.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I think bottom is strong makes sense.
I mean,
When
Hawks
you're
wants
secondary honor, you enjoy building Toa.
I mean, especially on the coast. Like Toe is amazing on the coast.
But if you're playing coast, you're either
You're never picking.
probably-
You should never pick honor. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder how Colossus game's going.
we
You-
all know how Glossen's game's going.
So Toa for strong.
I think
End of
We're
strong.
smarter and strong.
End of strong.
It also like it's kind of the opposite of scaling because you don't want to be building range units. Like building range units is really on inland. It's only useful up until Expo, right? And then you're
I
trying
mean,
to build-
it's good. It's good for like you get double promoted ranged units with it. It's a good wonder.
Yeah,
And
but
it
you're
and it
not
pays off.
building. You're not building ranged units that are not crossbows.
You build combos and upgrade them, but yeah,
Later than crossbows.
that's true. But like just based on hammers, the hammers it gives, it pays off in how many turns? 141 hammers, right?
if you're spamming crossbows,
34. 134. So. I don't know.
3 base hammers.
So it pays off in 40 turns or so, plus culture and gold. So
But
that's-
it's not 40 turns because it's
yeah,
like
it's-
because it gives you like other buildings faster, which I don't know. And then on top of that multipliers. But I don't know. I think it's good. I'd always rather build Stonehenge first if I'm honor. It is one of those things where it's like when it goes, you're kind of like, oh, I wish I had it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, whatever.
yeah, I mean, old Toa would have been generally needs nerf, but
Well,
it did. In fact,
It
nerf.
that wonder was fucking cracked. That was that would go into Oracle tier actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm fine with putting it there.
I like how Oracle is like at the top alone. It's got this kind of beatific glow around it, like it's been sainted.
Yeah.
Our Father who art in heaven.
Okay, this is a really hard one. I think this is the hardest one on the whole list.
This is pure situationally strong. This is either amazing when you're, getting huge value off of it, or it's just like I'm not building that.
Yeah, it's either situationally strong or 40 turns later. It's still there. There's
Is it
no in
even-
between.
That's
Is it
okay.
even worth putting on the tier list? Like, just how variable the strength is. This could be a wonder you're planning your game around, or it could be a wonder that or it could be like the least impactful wonder in the game for you.
Yeah. If you're Macedonia, this is game making.
If you're
Like,
going crossbows, this is game making. If you're trying to defend someone, this is game making, right? Like if you're
It's
doing
also
a comp war, this is game making. If you're Liberty and you're charioting someone, this is game making.
it's also the most probably impactful wonder, one of the most impactful wonders in the game to be same turn on. Probably the most impactful actually. It's probably more impactful than Oracle.
I mean, I'd say the most is Aya. Because if you're rushing Aya and you get same turn on Aya, your game is fucked.
You're going
That's-
Terra and you get same turn on Terra, you can't do your attack.
Well, I of course, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think those are like I think Terra and Aya are the two. That for me at
I mean,
least.
I remember the tournament game where Spencer went crossbows for no reason at all while I was trying to late garbage attack the era, and I really needed this wonder, and I didn't get it.
Yeah. So where do we put it?
I'm voting situational.
I almost don't want to rank it.
Yeah, I would vote not to rank it. It's just
Okay, we can
it
make
doesn't really
different
fit in
too.
with the other wonders.
Not impactful person. It's just like
All right, and then
this is a hard build and expand wonder.
this is 40 turns. Like-
I think it's nice to have.
I
I
think
mean,
it's nice to have.
It's Louvre tier.
No, it's
No,
not. It's not.
it's not
so
because
much,
the
so much
Golden
worse than
Age
this.
on Explo means a lot more than the
On
Golden
aesthetics,
Age on
you already-
aesthetic.
But this isn't no. But if you're aesthetics, you're not building this for the Golden Age. Like this is a theming wonder.
Yep.
That's terrible. Like this is the hardest theming bonus to get in the game, and it's the biggest bait to do in the game too, because you need 3 from the same era, right? And this comes at such a funky era. So almost the only way to almost consistently get this themed is if you buy an artist with faith. Because it's so, unless you're saving artists for a super long time with the intention of theming up Uffizi, but you're not going to do that because, you know, you have to theme Sistine, you have to theme your Hermitage.
I mean, this helps you theme Sistine, but yeah,
No, it doesn't.
yeah, it's a free artist, so you put it in your Hermitage or Sistine slot, and you don't really fill this one.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So this helps you, but this is commonly used as a way to like get more tourism.
I'm fine with putting it there. It's like,
It's such a bait for that reason. I think if you're using it for GA, it's better than this. But
yeah, you just hard build it and expand at some point when you're bored.
but it's so expensive. Like
I just think it's nice to have because it's like always if your aesthetics is always worth building. Either you want it for tourism, in which case you have it for tourism, or you want it for the Golden Age, which is good too. I think it should be a nice to have tier.
I don't know that if you're aesthetics, you're making enough hammers to justify building this.
exactly. That's the thing. You can't hard build this in an expand. It's going to be 8 or 9 turns.
It's game making for futurism.
True. Very true. Like no, like actually, like this is 8 or 9 turns in every expand. Like
I've definitely played full aesthetics games where I just didn't click with these.
yeah, in most games I don't click with easy unless I'm hammering it.
I usually just hard build it, and I think it's usually 5 or 6 turns after factories.
Maybe it's really expensive. I don't know. The thing is, those cities are working guilds. They're working like they're working all sorts of different types of shit. Like they're not your expand cities are not strong on aesthetics. So more often than not, the only way you're realistically getting this is with an engineer. But you have so many things you want to engineer on aesthetics.
Well, I only play aesthetics when I'm on coast. So.
Okay, well that's different.
And then my cities are getting hammer cargoes.
I don't know. I think this is like a 40 turn. I think this is probably worse than Statue Zeus.
I'm fine with it there. Whatever.
I mean, it's too
Fine
easy.
with it. I'm fine with it being next to Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all those ruined wonders belong.
Does this what's standing out to you guys? What's like the most one that looks wrong?
Not sure.
It's not
Library.
like Great Wall, because like it sort of stops expos from happening.
It doesn't stop expos at all.
I mean,
It
I've stopped multiple attacks
it
from
slows it
engineering
down.
of Liberty Finisher.
It slows it down.
It's nice to have, and people might turn away because you have it, but it's not anything stronger than nice to have.
I mean,
Like,
is
I'd
it
rather
stronger
take
than
profit
CN
for-
Tower?
Why is everybody CN hater? It's good.
CN is a lot nicer than Great Wall. Great Wall is kind of mediocre. Like it's relevant for about 20 turns.
Yep. I know which one Hawks is thinking about, but
Kiwi.
yep.
Yeah, go toss an Oracle tier. We were all wrong.
I don't know. I think this is a good list. I think
I hate Notre being where it is.
There's
I
definitely
don't
some
think the
weirdness.
wonder's good.
There's definitely some weirdness about tall wonders versus wide wonders here.
I think there's like all the wonders in game making except Notre will completely like change your game. Like Notre, I don't know. If you're super wide, it helps, but it's not crazy, you know.
sometimes you literally need it.
It's
But
less
I
than
agree with you. I was arguing the exact same thing, and Kuba was arguing even harder. But everyone else kind of said Notre deserves to be here. So
And when I was new to the game, I built Notre every time because I needed it. But like, if you've oversettled, that's your fault. And I don't know.
Yeah, I just like I think you don't want to be in the position where you really need Nacho for your game to exist.
Agree.
I freaking played like I recently played Liberty Aesthetics on 5 Luxus with no happiness wonders and I was fine. It was like and I had great pop and I was, oh no.
That's because weren't you playing Freedom, the infinite happiness tree?
Well, Nacho should have nothing to do with freedom.
Oh, I'm double joking. I don't think Freedom is that much happy.
Yeah, I was playing freedom. I was fine on happiness like the entire game. Well, except for the part where I forgot to build Zeus, but let's not talk about that. Like, I think you can almost always set up your game in a way where you don't need Natra, and I think that way is better.
I could see
Love
Notre
that.
being down a tier, definitely.
I love that Althing isn't extremely strong, even though in every game that I play lately, Zakalawi builds it with one tile in just a random ass city. It never gets used.
yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for doing this. This was fun.